Hey traders, this is Jeff from ZenTrader.ca. What a wild session we've had today. I joked on Twitter that when I saw the futures last night, I thought I was going to be in for a doozy. I thought I was going to spend the whole week making up the losses that I had today, but today turned out to be a pretty good day. I didn't enter any new trades. I just kept what I had. On a day like today, you never know if the market is just going to gap up and continue higher, so you don't want to get caught and multiply your losses. So that's why I chose to just stick with the shorts that I have in the miners, in the let's see, what else do I got? I shorted lows in miners, and another precious metal sector. I can't remember. Let's see here. PT. What does PT stand for? Platinum and precious metals. Yeah, I was short SSRI. So, getting to the charts real quick. Today was very bearish. When you have a gap up on news that is supposed to be bullish, I didn't think that the gains were going to stick, but I didn't know if that was just my bias wanting that to happen because I was short. But the fact that it didn't stick and that we closed in the lows, accelerated on the losses, that's very bearish in my opinion. Here's another chart of the NASDAQ, three-line break, firmly down. And this is very interesting. I had this chart drawn a while ago, and you can see how this resistance level, it was support there, not really there, but how it's turned into resistance again. And we've really struggled, and now we've got this really bearish candle. Volume on the NASDAQ was up. On the Dow, for some reason stock charts is Dow, his volume's not updated, but I did check DIA, which is the ETF that tracks it, and it was doubled, and TXS was fairly flat, and so before I move on to the TSX, I'm talking a little fast, sorry about that. I view today's move as again a very bearish move going forward. I think it's a little late now to maybe be entering shorts. I took half of my low position off. I had 3.5% gain. I'll let the rest ride. I think that we're just going to continue much lower, but you always have to plan for some sort of crazy reversal. I'm not really sure what more macro news could come across that could really light a fire under these markets, but you always have to plan for that, and I don't want to be entering shorts as the markets are accelerating into the lows. I would rather wait. I offered a pretty good trade idea last night. Let's go back here. It was in the electrical sector. You can see here it opened and went quite high on the sector chart, and you can see on the charts that I suggested as our potential short candidates, they really had massive candle bearish reversals on them. Any one of these would have been a decent trade. Hopefully some, especially this one, TEL. This is quite the range. Hopefully some of you guys took advantage of that. I was already fairly short on the stocks, and I have a pretty large diamond short position, so I didn't really want to add more leverage, but hopefully some of you guys took advantage of this trade, because it was pretty easy money right there. And then the other chart I want to show you is TSX continues its bearish ways. This is a little bit of a broadening pattern. Generally, broadening patterns are on the heels of a move up. So, just imagine if we were down here and we were going up. Normally the broadening pattern takes place up here, but these boundary lines are pretty firm, and we rejected right off of this upper boundary here. So I'm starting to think that, basically this is going to be a given, this move down here, and then it's going to depend on whether it bounces or if it breaks down through this level, then the TSX could be heading significantly lower, and I'm still bearish on the miners and gold for that matter. And then finally the NASDAQ high-low, this continues to be a bearish pattern. The 32 EMA is pointing straight down. We're consolidating down here. This will probably likely consolidate a little more and break to the downside, guys. So stay short.